What's up, guys? I'm Vocal Strike, and welcome back to a Dragon Quest IX, Sentinels of the Starry Skies. I am here with, once again, as always, Wakanetic.
I hope this one jolts you awake, but this should be quite the shocking episode.
And I believe, last time, we did escape prison and bound old Fat Guts. We also returned the figs back to our boss.
No, we didn't.
I could have sworn that we did.
Aquila did.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, it's been a while.
So they didn't believe you when you told them Aquila betrayed you.
The story so far. While reporting events to Opus Major, Mason learned that Aquila did in fact deliver the figs to the observatory. And it now seems that he may not have betrayed his former apprentice. Opus Major has told Mason that they must visit the realm of the Almighty. Yeah, right, but no one really knows what Aquila's actually doing or thinking. He's kind of doing his own thing for some unknown reason.
I mean, I know.
You played this game before, you don't count.
Honestly, the bad part is, the stuff I know you could have put together from context clues.
And I believe he did tell us that he wanted to meet us up here. No. Opus Major's safety is in your hands, Mason. You must not allow yourself to relax for even one moment. So I'm guessing he's already on the train. Oh, no, he's right there. He just didn't spawn in. And I believe you did, Opus Major. Like you went Master Roshi with it.
You're here, Mason. Good. Now let us journey to the realm of the Almighty aboard the celestial carriage. But before we do so, there is something I wish you to confirm for me. Aquila attacked you and stole from you the figs. You are certain of this?
I mean, yes.
I know not why he would do such a thing. Yet when he gained possession of the sacred fruits, he delivered them faithfully to me. Such is not the action of Imperial Pawn. Whatever his motives, I know that his intentions are good. Trust in him as I trust in you. The figs are all recovered. If it is as the teachings say, we will be at last be able to travel to the realm of the Almighty. Should we be able to gain an audience with the Almighty, I must beg for the deliverance of our world from the evil that besets it. The prospect makes me a little uneasy, Mason. Or the celestial carriage. I will join you shortly.
Nope.
Something don't feel right here.
So off to the realm of the Almighty, eh? Shall I pack a swimsuit? I've heard it's paradise. A tropical paradise, I hope. What's up, Mason? Have you been in at a chat with Opus Major about everything that's been going on or something? Yes. What's that? The realm of the Almighty? To deliver the figs? Sure thing, Mason. I'll get on it.
So this is the Starfight Express. Please forgive my intrusion. It is bathed in the same golden glow that envelops the flute of the great world tree. This is truly a creation of the Almighty.
Who's this old futtery-duttery, Mason?
Yeah, you the sainted stewardess of the Starflight Express, are you not? Of course, he immediately ran at the woman when I voice him like Roshi.
Like I said, perverted old man. All anime has them.
I am Opus Major, keeper of the observatory. It is an honor, and this is...
Sterling's the name, sir. Captain and Chief Engineer of the Starflight Express and one of Mason's closest comrades.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, Captain Sterling, I have a favor to ask you. I'm going to need some magazines from the back. Mason's unstinting efforts have brought the figs back to the observatory. Now the prophecy must be fulfilled. You must deliver us to the realm of the Almighty aboard the celestial carriage. I so wish Sterling would say, I must do nothing.
Well, sir, the Almighty did once tell me something. When them figs have finally bloomed, you bring them Celestians up here to the realm of the Almighty. Or words to that effect. And I ain't no genius, but I reckon this must be what that spiel was all about. So you just leave it to me, sir. Sit back and make yourself at home. Next up, the realm of the Almighty.
My goodness, the Starfight Express. It's... incredible. Incredible. The observatory is a mere speck below us already. Truly, this is the convenience of the gods. Conveyance of the gods. Captain Sterling, does your command of the Express span many years?
I've been at the helm since the very day the Almighty put her into action, sir. It's been a while now. Blimey, so old Fat Guts is even more ancient than I thought. Shut it, you! I ain't ancient and I ain't no Fat Guts neither. I'm the captain, got it? Captain! You know, sooner or later that mouth is gonna get her fired.
Nah. It'll be fun.
We have entered hyperspace.
I was recording a video of a game to upload onto the channel the other day, but it wound up not happening.
Oh no, what happened?
2 hours into the recording, the game crashed, and I had not saved yet.
Oh no, so you might as well start that over.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, now arriving at the realm of the Almighty. All change.
At last, my most fervent prayers are finally answered. Now I can see a fairy in a bikini.
Follow me, sir. Oh wait, no, that. Yeah, no, that is Sterling. I'm starting to get Sterling's and Stella's names mixed up now. I suppose we should tag along too, eh, Mason? Don't want to be left behind like a pair of melons, do we? The temple's straight up here in front of us. If he's anywhere, the Almighty will be up there. Okay, he's just saying the same thing. India says, go ahead. Yeah, they're telling us to go ahead. The gates are shut tight. Mason reads the words inscribed on them. Only the pure shall pass. I mean, I'm a Celestrian. I'm probably as pure as it gets. Pass, pure-hearted one. Go to your god.
Are you really a Celestrian at this point?
I'm guessing this is not the way to go, so we're exploring. And we're gonna loot this place for all it's worth. White Knight's Shield. Lowers magical Mendy, but increases block chance and defense.
Nice.
No. Like I said, it has been a hot minute. This might actually be better for Molly, honestly, than it is for me. You know, despite this being a paradise, the music does not really feel like it's a paradise. It really, really doesn't. Let me examine the Guardian statue. The Realm of the Almighty has a Guardian? The inscription reads, Celestial Sentinel.
Yep.
Why does the Realm of the Almighty have a Guardian? I feel as though if it's going to be paradise, it doesn't necessarily need one.
You'd think that, wouldn't you?
Give me that loot.
No.
Mighty Armlet.
That's some good stuff right there.
I'm guessing all the loot here is going to be some type of equipment. It says armlet, but is that actually arms or no?
It's an accessory.
It's an accessory. Increases attack but lowers defense. An accessory that accentuates attack power when worn.
It doesn't actually lower defense, it's just your current piece of gear raises defense.
That's going on Katie. 100% going on Katie.
Yeah, it's just a better strength ring.
Reads the inscription. In the beginning, I did separate sea and sky. I did place the stars in the heavens. I did set the land to float upon the seas. I did make the birds, the fish, the flowers, the trees, and all the creatures, and I did set them to inhabit the realm I had created. And lastly, when all else was done, I did make mortal kind in my own image. So literally the Almighty is the Christian God.
Yes. Mason, you are literally playing as an angel.
Not a biblically accurate angel, though.
You realize that there are angels that are biblically described as just dudes with wings, right?
I honestly haven't read the Bible in years.
What people refer to as a biblically accurate angel is just a specific subset of angel.
Yea, a god must watch over all his children. He must stand sentinel over the righteous and the pure of heart. He must deliver them from evil. He must deliver them from sin and the doers of sin. And verily the sinful must be eradicated. I think that might be a little bit more extreme than what the Bible teaches.
Do you know what the Bible says the wages of sin is?
Don't they say like it's death or something?
The wages of sin is death. Also, Romans chapter 3, verse 23, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But at the same time, we have John chapter 3, verse 16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. The following verses proceed to go on to tell us that Jesus did not come to condemn the world for their actions, but to give them a chance. The whole point of Jesus and the sacrifices of the Old Testament is to have something wash away essentially the stain that sin causes on somebody's soul. Now, before that, the Jews specifically sacrificing animals, because in doing so, the animals essentially the blood washed away the sin. But since it wasn't something permanent, and there was no way for someone to be born without sin, because, to make a long story short, every human was cursed because Adam screwed up, and specifically it is worded as sin is passed from father to child. So you get down, generations pass. The whole Old Testament is giving you the history of the Jews while also giving you the lineage of Jesus and letting you understand what's going on. Then you get to the New Testament. Then you have Jesus, who was a virgin birth, meaning since he was not born from a father, since his father was gone, he did not have sin in him when he was born. So he was able to, by living a life without sinning, be a perfect sacrifice in death, allowing him to cover for the sins of everyone that accepts salvation. Yes, there's still probably another 2 or 3 hour explanation I could go into here.
Can you tell that he's a church man? I honestly can't remember if you said before, but I know you said you're not a preacher, you're not a pastor.
No, I've said I'm not a priest. I am a preacher and I am a pastor.
Oh, gotcha.
Do not call me a priest. I will get mad at you.
Aren't they the same thing, though? Just different names?
Not even freaking close. First off, priests are in particular a Catholic thing. Do not associate me with that cult. Second off, and this is very important, a preacher and or a pastor's job is to teach people the word of God and to help them if they are in need. A priest runs a church, and with how the Catholic Church handles things, is the only way for their flock to receive the word of God, according to them. Because of the way the Catholic Church handles things, read the Bible if you are not a priest. That's why they got so mad when King James had the Bible translated into English from Latin. Also, another very significant issue with priests, the existence of confessionals. There is nowhere in the Bible that you will find a justification for having to go to somebody else other than God or other than Jesus to confess your sins to have them be absolved. The closest you will find is in the Old Testament. When you sinned, you would have to take the animal that was a sacrifice to the priests in the temple so that the sacrifice could be performed properly. That still has nothing to do with people who are not Jews, who are not members of the tribe of Levi, listening to you tell them what you've done wrong in a booth and tell you actions you need to do to be saved. Now, I am not about to go on my full tirade because I have just as much material about why I dislike the Catholic Church and numerous things they do that are not biblical in the slightest. I probably have more material on that than I do explaining salvation because it irks me to no end. This is why I get upset when I get called a priest. Because A, I'm not Catholic, B, I'm not Jewish, and C, I was not a member of the tribe of Levi since I'm not Jewish.
All my creatures were pure of heart, all but the mortals, among whom dwelt both the righteous and the sinful. And yea, were the sinful ever plentiful in number, and the righteous ever few. And the sinful did rule forcefully over the righteous, and forcefully over my creatures, and did bring suffering upon them.
Oh no! Did the Almighty hit them with a Noah?
The Great Flood. Wasn't that 40 days and 40 nights, if I remember right?
40 days and 40 nights, but they were on the boat even longer. There is another interesting detail that makes the Great Flood a bit more terrifying in the biblical context. If you go based off of what is said in the Bible, that is the first time it ever rained. Before that, it had never rained on the earth. Therefore, that's part of why nobody believed Noah when he tried to warn them and called him crazy. Because they'd never seen water fall from the sky. And then the first time it rained, it did it for 40 days and 40 nights.
And flooded the entire planet.
Yep. You want to know what's really funny? That is one biblical story we can confirm a great flood happened, both scientifically and historically. First off, through scientific study of geology, it has been proven that through like studying deep layers of rock and sandstone, as well as studying trees, weirdly enough, more accurately, petrified trees, they have found proof that there was a great flood that washed over the entire planet. They found it all over the world. Also, if you want to go based off of more sociological or societal studies, there is not a single mythos in this world that does not have a story of a great flood. Every single mythos does. Greek, Roman, Egyptian, Japanese, all of it has a story of a great flood where the entire world was flooded and only a man and his wife survived. Yep. Really, the biggest difference between those varying stories is some versions, it is just a man and his wife, such as the story of Greek mythos, and other versions, it's a man and his family, like the story from the Bible. The Greek mythos one is particularly interesting because basically Zeus had decided to wipe out all mortals. There was never going to be any more humans. He hated them. He was going to kill them all. So he got with Poseidon to stir up the great flood. But one of the gods particularly liked a specific king and queen. So, in response to that, they told the king and queen that the flood was happening. They told them to put enough food to last the length of the flood in basically a steamer trunk kind of thing. And then to climb inside of it when the flood started. And then once the flood had flooded and it had stopped raining, they got out and basically just rode that steamer trunk until the rain or the water went down. Do you see what I mean about weird?
Yeah. I doubt Zeus was very happy about that.
Funny enough, then after all that happened, they went to the oracle at Delphi because they were too old to have children and asked the oracle what to do because all the other humans were dead. We're too old to have kids. What are we supposed to do for, there to be more humans on Earth? And so the oracle asked Apollo, because the oracle was connected to Apollo, and he said, you see those rocks over there? You're going to pick them up and throw them behind you as you walk away. Do not look back at them, and that will repopulate the human race. And as they did it, each rock turned into a new, fully formed human. Which is why the Greeks referred to the main, their generation as the Stone Era humans in some mythology because they were born from stone. Because that was like the third or fourth set of humans at that point, according to Greek mythology. Because there was the ones made by the Titans that got wiped out. Then the gods made another set. They got wiped out. It was like the third set when he finally decided, screw it, we're flooding it, we're starting all over. And then this next era of humans happened. I like my mythology. Yeah. So herein dwells the Almighty. Finally, my prayers of countless millennia have been answered. Finally, we shall meet.
Oh, I don't like that crack.
Oh no. What is the meaning of this? Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, I forgot about this.
What's going on here? The temple's smashed to bits.
What has befallen this place? What has become of the Almighty? This rupture, it cannot be. Surely the light which ravaged our own realm cannot have penetrated so far. O Almighty One, heed my call. Where art thou? Hast thou forsaken us? Almighty One, I think thou hast been forsaken. What has become of him? Why does he not heed my call? I think thou hast been forsaken.
Oh, I've got a nasty feeling about this. We should never ever have come to this flapping place. What the bleeding X happened here? What kind of...
Toe-ragged do a thing like this.
toe-ragged?
Yep.
Anyhow, we'd best head inside and see if the Almighty's in there. Okay, we know where to go. But first, loot. Where's the loot?
My man said, God might be dead, but I will get that loot.
Is there really nothing here?
I'm sorry, I feel like that's a fitting punishment for trying to loot when God might be dead.
Cheapskate God.
Keep it to me! To be fair, it's funny though.
And besides, this is a JRPG. Do you honestly think that we should ever trust gods in a JRPG?
In this one specifically, yes.
Yeah, but you also kind of get where I'm coming from. In almost every JRPG, you end up having to fight and kill a god.
Well, yes, but it's normally not biblical God.
The area is bathed in a mysterious glow.
I have to say, normally it's I was inspired, or I am what inspired the legend of this god, or you know what I mean?
Or someone with a god complex or something.
Yeah, I have attained the power of a god. It's very rarely, oh shoot, we're running the ones with God. Weirdly enough, one of the few games I can think of that does that is not a JRPG. It's the Earth Defense Force. Here truly it is a sublime light that shines here. Where's the teeth? Perhaps this is where we must make an offering of the heavenly fruit. Opus Major! Clearly the realm's been breached! Put the fruit away!
You're not wrong.
Mason, my child, you must offer up the figs. Why did Opus Major become a mix of a Southerner and Roshi?
Mason receives the 7 figs from Opus Major.
How many bosses did we fight before we got here?
Um,
All right, let's go through the list of things that gave us figs. The Master of None, the Leviathan, the doll, so the spider,
the gargoyle.
Gargoyle, the lizard, the random monster that wanted to be loved. Am I missing any?
Wasn't the lizard the one that wanted to be loved?
There was the lizard. No, the lizard wanted to be able to love. And then there was the random monster that's a normal monster got turned into a ball. The tutor! Swim dimples!
Oh, swine dimples.
Mason?
The ghost.
Mason?
What?
We killed 8 bosses that dropped figs.
Which means we are missing one.
Yeah, we're missing one all-powerful wish-granting fruit.
Aquila?
Which, when you think about it, is the perfect cover. Because there's no way for Office Major to know how many figs you're supposed to have.
And there is always that chance that you are not paying attention to how many figs you've obtained.
Well, yes, but this is your first time getting the figs from Office Major. I'm saying it's the perfect way to fool Office Major into thinking Aquila's good.
True.
You know, I did just remember something rather important. You remember the fact that this empire fought a Celestrian in the past, right?
And got their asses beat, yeah.
Do you remember what that Celestrian's name was?
I do not, but I know who you're talking about.
Well, that is part of the problem. Because you see, it's rather odd that Aquila's working with the Giddish Empire. Unless, of course, he was being subjected to Celestrian rules. Since, you know, a Celestrian can't defy a Celestrian that's above them.
Oh, it's that other Celestrian.
I mean, it could be. For all we know, the Almighty has just said, screw humanity and working with the Giddish Empire.
Speaking of which, Opus Major is up.
I know, give me a moment, I'm making one. Well, sorry, I'm making second lunch. I had lunch already, but I'm still hungry.
Bear?
Yes, I've been told I eat like a hobbit. No, I'm not going to stop. Now, make the offering, my boy.
What's down here?
Mason. Stop trying to loot the holy temple.
But it could be something that could be useful on our quest.
I like how you get to the Temple of God and assume the quest is going to keep going. Mason, my child, you must offer up the figs. I mean, you're right, but still. Man said, nah, God's not going to be enough to help us here.
Maces makes an offering of the figs.
I really wish someone would have commented on the fact that there's only 7.
Perhaps it's implied or like assumed that none of them were actually keeping track or keeping count.
That doesn't make sense, though, because Stella has been keeping an active record of everything we've done this entire time.
True.
Oh, Almighty One, take these divine fruits we have offered unto you. We offer up the figs and still nothing. Still our call is not heeded. What can this mean?
A mysterious voice resounds through the air.
I got this. Mason, Celestrian and Guardian, and Opus, Keeper of the Observatory, canst thou hear my voice? Yeah, is that the voice of the Almighty? Alas, I am not the one whom you Celestrians call Almighty. Benevolence born of pure mortal hearts caused figs to bloom on Yggdrasil's brows, and the Celestrian Express find this realm. And now, Mason, you and your compatriots have returned the figs to the realm of the Almighty. And so I am awoken from my slumber of countless eons. Now return unto me, my Celestrian children. Don't do it. Something don't feel right here.
Could it be the Sentinel that we've heard about?
No.
What? Eh?
Huh?
Are we back at the observatory?
What? What is the light that bathes mighty Yggdrasil? I don't know why I went full-blown preacher there for a second, but... Welcome home, my Celestrian children. Oh no. I'm keeping the voice. I am she who have heretofore known as Yggdrasil. This testosterone be hitting. I am the only daughter of the Almighty himself, the Grand Architect. Zoom in. Zenus. I am the goddess Celestria. What? Can this be? My dear Celestrians, long have you tended the protectorate and offered unto me the benevolence you gathered there. And your diligent efforts have finally returned me to consciousness. You have my deepest gratitude. And you, Mason. You retrieved the figs which we had thought found, but which were lost once more. We are eternally in your debt. Yeah, 7 of them. Lady Celestria, I hope I may address you so. What can have led to your transformation into the mighty Yggdrasil? I did so to protect the mortals and their realm. My father believed the mortals a flawed creation, and resolved to erase them from existence. Alright, so their version of God is not exactly nice. Got it. Imagine meeting God and finding out, yeah, I tried to wipe all you idiots out. Oh, hey. Why does Punk look like Zeus?
Yeah.
Why his name one letter off from Zeus?
He was probably inspired by Zeus. Yea, the mortals are not fit to inhabit my kingdom. They are an aberration. From dust they came, and to dust I shall return them.
Oh, hey, we saw this before.
I think this is Celestria.
I beg of you, stay your hand.
Wherefore do you defy me? What cause have you to give them succor?
Father, I have faith in the mortals. You must not lay waste to their realm, I beg of thee.
You dare question my will. You dare obstruct my purpose. Celestria, what is this insolence? Oh, she caused the destruction to stop him.
Nope. If it be the only way to save mortal kind, I shall take on this form. I shall become Yggdrasil, the world tree. My body shall be returned only when the good that lies within mortal hearts is proven. There is purity in the mortal soul. There is good. I will prove this to you, though it cost me my freedom.
Impetuous child. You know not what foolishness you contemplate, Celestria. If no such proof should present itself, you will be cursed to eternal slumber. So now he can't touch the mortals without killing her. My child, what have you done? So be it. Your rations have stayed my hand. The mortals shall live. Let there be beings to serve your purpose. Let these beings stand ever vigilant over mortal kind, awaiting proof of the purity within. But know this, Celestria, the day of your awakening may never come. But also because she did, I assume he can't destroy mortals anymore without condemning her forever now.
Yep. The benevolence you gathered was the very proof of mortal purity I had awaited. I assumed the form of Yggdrasil to persuade my father of the goodness within a mortal heart. When benevolence was offered unto me in time, the tree would bloom, or the figs would bloom. And when the figs were delivered to the realm of the Almighty, I would awaken once more. Xenos created the observatory, and you, my celestial children, to serve me. To watch over the mortals, to get their benevolence and offer unto me. They gather the figs that will one day bloom, and by their power, to awaken me from my slumber. So this has been our calling all along. But one of the Almighty himself. Could he be the ill-omened light that struck our realm, and his also, is he in fact? Fear not, had my father ceased to be, I too would have passed on to another realm, and this world would have ceased to exist.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
He is with us somewhere, though he is not to be found in the realm of the Almighty. My celestial children, there is something I must convey to you. The light that violated the realm of the Almighty, the being from whence it came, he wishes to destroy our world. It is he who brought the Empire back from the forgotten realms that reaches of time. His hatred emanates from the palace at its heart. Mason, Celestian, and Guardian. One moment.
Mm-hmm.
You must journey to the heart of the Giddish Empire and deliver mortal kind from the evil that dwells where within. I shall open up the way before you. The tree of purest blue shall guide you to the house, the land of the house of Git. When the evil that lies in the heart of that house is guaranteed, or his land is quenched, war will be safe once more. Please, Mason, you must deliver the mortal realm from evil. That sure was a lot of yapping.
Yeah. And it's an order from the boss, so we can't exactly say no.
Yeah, you'd hate to disappoint the lady.
Flap and flip! Well, who would have thought it? I'm all of a flutter after that. Seems like everyone's accounting on us, eh? Well, we can't go cooking the books then. You'll have to get to work. So you're the only one who can save the Protectorate and the Observatory from certain disaster, eh, Sunshine? Well, you've only got the weight of 2 worlds on your shoulders then, eh? Don't let them get you down, will ya? Alright, I'll be waiting in the start flight. We'll head off when you're ready to rumble. See you in a bit. I'm guessing we're reaching endgame.
Close to it at least.
So even the Celestrians did not know the whole story.
Correct. Such tragedy, such malevolence, that the goddess Celestius would sacrifice from mortal kind. It is well indeed that we served the great world tree through all the millennia. She is a more than worthy mistress. Of course you'd say that. Why am I talking in her voice? But now the mortal... Yeah, but now the mortal realm's in peril once more at the hands of the Giddish Empire. Only you were able to save them. You must go to Gittingham Palace and extinguish the threat at its source.
Which I'm thinking we start doing next time because I gotta go and do some dishes.
Oh, fair enough. We didn't actually do anything but watch cutscenes this video.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's something. And regardless, that is progress. So, next time on Dragon Quest IX, I guess we invade the Giddish Empire.
Oh, I can't wait to see how it goes.
I mean, we're a one-man army. I'm sure everything will be fine. I just need to go down to save, but we will see you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.